And joining us live from Washington, D.C. is Professor Peter Kuznick. He's a professor of history and director of the Nuclear Studies Institute at American University. Professor Kuznick, it's good to see you and thank you very much for your time. What do you think is going on here? Because everyone is saying that we have demands and those demands have to be met. We saw what the President of the United States did. He went into the Situation Room, but nothing conclusive was said publicly after that meeting, and now Iran is saying that President Trump continues to lie.
We're at a sad impasse. You know, nothing has changed over the past week. Trump keeps saying we're very, very close to a deal. The deal he's talking about is the agreement on a memorandum of understanding. And that's just going to set the clock ticking for 60 days of negotiations. So it will open up the Strait of Hormuz, but beyond that, there's no real agreement. The only real change this week is that Trump said he may not accept the deal unless several of the Gulf countries join the Abraham Accords. Where this came from, nobody knows, because there's almost no chance that any of those countries would join the Abraham Accords unless there's an agreement about a Palestinian state. And they've made that clear. And so what we saw was more shooting back and forth. It was minimal compared to the first month of the war, but it was still significant. Trump makes his claims, the Iranians refute them, and what we've seen is the hardliners in both countries.
Professor, I'll give you a moment to clear your throat, and as you do that, I just want to know your assessment and your reaction on what is happening in Kuwait, because Iran did target Kuwait, the airbase that is there. What do you think is going on there in that region? Are you okay now?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
What's happening in Kuwait, we don't know, because what we found out earlier in the war is that the U.S. always downplays the effect of Iranian strikes against U.S. bases. Then we find out later they were much more successful and caused much more damage than originally reported. So the Iranians are saying they caused significant damage in Kuwait. The Americans are denying that. So we don't know, but we know that the Iranians did fire missiles against Kuwait in retaliation for the U.S. attack on Iran this week, 2 times. So we're not making any progress. As soon as Trump gives any indication that he's willing to accept the terms the Iranians could live with, he starts getting attacked from the Republican hawks, the Ted Cruzes, the Lindsey Grahams, the Roger Wickers, the Mike Pompeo. They keep saying, this is Obama 2.0. The last thing Trump wants to hear is that he's being compared to Barack Obama, when in reality, the deal that Trump is talking about is worse than what Obama got in 2015. So we're at a bad impasse. Politically, this is eating away at Trump's support and at his base in the United States. It's depleting American weapons. It's slowing down American shipments to Taiwan, to Ukraine, and it's leaving the United States weaker. Friedrich Merz, the German chancellor, said Iran has humiliated the United States.
Right.
And that's the way it's being seen at this point, as Trump is desperately trying to get out, but he doesn't seem to have the ability to do so.
Professor, very quickly and finally, your reaction to the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, at the Shangri-La dialogue. He did make some comments in regards to Iran. I hope you heard those comments. Your quick reactions.
My quick reaction is that Pete Hegseth, there's no respect for him in the United States or globally. He says we negotiate with bombs. He's a comic book tough guy. He wants to always sound tough, but there's nothing to back it up. He's not somebody who's a strategic thinker. He was a Fox News weekend TV host, and Trump liked the way he talked on Fox News. So he appointed him Secretary of Defense, which Hegseth quickly said made him the Secretary of War. He's not a serious figure in that regard. Marco Rubio has also discredited himself. J.D. Vance initially was opposed to the U.S. attack on Iran. Now he also kowtows to Trump and the official line. So it's really all in Trump's hands. They were there for the meeting, a 2-hour meeting yesterday, and nothing came of it because on the one hand, Trump is desperate for an agreement so he can save face and open the Strait of Hormuz. But on the other hand, he needs an agreement for which he won't be attacked for being weaker than Obama. And he can't come up with it.
Professor, it's good to see you. We'll have to end this discussion here. Thank you very much for your time and for talking to us today.
Thank you, Eric.